Hello and welcome to the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Sports Rundown presented by Cooks and produced by River Street Productions. I'm Assistant Sports Editor Brandon Moree.
And I'm Sports Editor Zach Colburn.
And after a week without an intercounty matchup, we saw a pair of crosstown triple headers in addition to some other very big Mountain Valley Athletic Conference contests and the conference golf tournament last week. On Tuesday night, Wilkes Central sent its seniors off in style as they swept the Cardinals in a soccer, softball, baseball triple header in Moravian Falls. In the baseball game, Wilkes Central opened things up in the fifth inning on its way to a 9-2 win. The Eagles scored 5 runs, turning a 1-0 lead into a 6-0 lead that proved to be insurmountable. The Cardinals found the scoreboard in the top of the sixth as Jared Wood scored on an RBI ground out from Alec Anderson and Bryce Vestal scored on a single from Zachary Lovett. For the Eagles, both Tanner Waddell and Evan Adams had a pair of hits and Houston Kuhn plated a pair of runs. In the softball game, the Eagles took care of the Cardinals 10-0 in just 5 innings. All 3 of the Eagles seniors contributed in their final home game as Tristan Johnson went 3 for 4 and scored twice. Ashley Kaufman went 1 for 3 with 2 RBI, and Tori Combs scored a run as a courtesy runner. In the circle, junior Allison Parker pitched a complete game and only gave up 2 hits. She struck out 6 batters and walked just 1. And in the soccer game, Wilkes Central continued its dominating run through the MVAC with a 5-0 win against the Cardinals. Taylor Shoes scored the breakthrough goal in the 7th minute, and Sierra Masuko doubled that lead in the 18th with a quick free kick attempt. In the second half, Holly Swafford scored a pair of goals, and Carson Anderson added another in the final minute.
On Wednesday, the Eagles hit the road and traveled to North Wilkes to spoil their senior day festivities. In the baseball game, Wilkes Central was trailing 2-1 heading into the top of the 7th inning, and after the first out, North Wilkes was just 2 outs away from eliminating the Eagles from conference championship contention. But Ezra Baker came up with a 2 RBI double to take back the lead, and that started a string of 5 straight Wilkes Central hits. When the frame came to an end, the Eagles had scored 6 runs to take full control of the game. The Vikings loaded up the bases in the bottom of the 7th, but couldn't push across the run. For the Eagles, Lance Parker went 2 for 4 with a run scored, Logan Wisnut went 1 for 2 with an RBI and scored twice, and Baker went 1 for 3 with 2 RBI and a run scored. For the Vikings, Evan Anderson went 3 for 4, and Andrew Prevette and Justice Dancy each went 2 for 4 with an RBI. The win for the Eagles sealed a share of the Mountain Valley Athletic Conference regular season title. In the softball game, Wilkes Central won its 6th game in a row as the Eagles knocked off North Wilkes 7-3. Casey Johnson and Sammy Jo Walker started things off with RBI base hits in the second, and Kayla McNeil doubled that lead in the third with a 2-run home run. Allison Parker picked up her 2nd complete game win in as many nights, and she also helped her own cause with a 2-run double in the top of the 7th. McNeil also added another RBI in the final inning. For the Vikings, their lone senior Mackenzie Wood went 1 for 4 with an RBI double. And in the soccer game, North Wilkes held the Eagles scoreless for more than 2 hours thanks to a long weather delay starting in the 55th minute. Just 4 minutes after the 1 hour and 15-minute delay ended, Sierra Masuko scored on a free kick much the same way she did against East the day before. That turned out to be the game's only goal as Wilkes Central picked up a 1-0 win. The Vikings goalkeeper Savannah Billings made 19 saves in the game to keep her team close, but Masuko's shot was well placed in the top left corner of the goal, leaving Billings with little chance to stop it.
On Friday night, West Wilkes hosted Starmount and fell 8-7 in the baseball game. That win gave the Rams a share of the conference title. In the softball game, the Blackhawks completed their perfect run through the MVAC with a 15-0 win, and in the soccer game, the Rams won 6-1. The Cardinals were also in action on Friday as they hosted Allegheny and won the softball and soccer games 17-2 and 9-0 respectively. Allegheny won the baseball game 8-2. Earlier this week, the MVAC hosted its conference golf tournament at Roaring Gap in Allegheny County, and Wilkes Central dominated the proceedings. They won the tournament as a team by 14 strokes, which gave them both the tournament title and the regular season championship. Head coach David Brooks won the Coach of the Year, Chandler Metz won the Player of the Year, and Metz and Zach Caudle fired matching 73s to claim co-medalist honors. Wilkes Central, West Wilkes, 3 golfers from North Wilkes, and 2 from East Wilkes will be competing in the Midwest Regional Championships this week. All right, I'd like to take this time to remind you to be sure to stop by Cooks, the area's leader in sports equipment, for all of your baseball and softball needs. It is Educators Week this week at Cooks, so if you spend $50, you can enter your school into a drawing for a $500 Cook gift card. As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WJP_sports. And while you're at it, go ahead and like us on Facebook too. This has been the Wilkes Journal-Patriots High School Sports Rundown presented by Cooks. Thank you for watching.